Live from the Asbury Park Music Foundation, it's One More with Brian Erickson.
You ready? Welcome to One More. I'm your host, Brian Erickson. Each week, we bring in new guests, we sit them down, we find out why they do what they do, and this week is no exception. We are bringing in an entire crew from Telegraph Hill Records. We're really excited to talk to them, and we've got, a whole sort of round table planned out. But first, and as always, Chris Dubrow and Jesse McCormick.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hi. I missed the table.
Yeah, I missed the table, too. See, these stools are like a little too big, so I'm just kind of sliding off.
Right? Yeah,
Did we get new stools? Are these new?
Oh, no, they've been around a while.
Oh, they have been around? All right. I feel like
it's like weird. I feel like this unflattering shot of my midriff brought to you by
An unflattering shot of your midriff, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, the shame, oh, the horror.
I know.
Bring me my swooning couch, why don't you? Your midriff.
I don't know.
God forbid your ankles.
What are you afraid?
Brian.
Yeah, what are you afraid? Like Darcy's gonna see you? What was that? All right, I'm back, and I just made a Pride and Prejudice reference. I might as well drop the mic and leave. Yeah. Anyway, hey,
Door's
Jesse.
over there, Chris.
The door's over there.
No, I said
It's funny if I go over there to exit and I'm just stuck there for the rest of the episode.
Every once in a while, it just cuts to you just standing against the wall.
Hi guys, I'm really happy to be here. Anyway, how are you doing? I wasn't here last week. I was at the Mountain Goats. I was crying a bunch.
How was that?
Oh, so good. You guys, have you heard of these guys, the Mountain Goats?
Never.
Yeah.
They're great. They're loud. They were
Wow.
awesome.
Are they?
Yeah. No,
Were they sort of nasally?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Have you ever heard like me ever? That's what the Mountain Goats sound like.
Yeah.
Not singing, talking,
Yeah.
existing. That's pretty much what the Mountain Goats sound like.
Yeah.
Or I sound like them. I don't want to.
Well, yeah,
give them the
you
credit.
did that, and then you played on Wednesday. So even though I didn't get to see the Mountain Goats, I went to see you play.
So you might as well have seen the Mountain
So you may
Goats.
as well. So it's basically like save my $40.
Yeah.
And just go see you for free.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty
And
much
then I
it.
get to meet the band afterward.
You get to meet the honor of meeting Chris Dubrow.
Yeah, actually, that was a fun night too. Fern walking by Kim Marie's at what was it, like midnight
Yeah,
in
it
a
was way too
Zeke
late.
Dental shirt was about as
It was the most
that was
it
about
was-
as Asbury Park as it.
And then
as
he
it
went,
gets.
"Oh, guys, this is great." And I was like, "Yes,
No,
we have."
Fern
Matt
was like,
Furnical
"Yo,
here." What's up, guys?
what's up, guys?"
Oh,
Yep.
like that.
Well, we're gonna let our viewers be the judge because
We're
we'll
gonna
bring
let-
you out in a few minutes.
Yeah, well, we're not here to talk about what Matt Furnicola sounds like. We're here to know what Matt Furnicola sounds like. I realize I normally do the segue, but I don't have an ad read, so we should probably just go right into the introductions.
Well, wait, how was your weekend?
Oh, I'm
Hi,
sorry,
Jesse.
Jesse. How's your weekend?
Jeez.
It was good.
We
I
didn't-
saw. I saw the Afraid Brigade release. That was
I'm
How
so
was that?
I'm
good.
glad I missed it.
Oh my god, the most fun ever. I'd never seen them live before. That's another band that I've just been sleeping on for the longest time, and now I am a big fan.
don't.
They're very good.
Never again.
They're very good.
Glad
Shout
to
out
hear
the
you
Afraid
have
Boys.
been
Yeah.
awoken.
Yeah.
They're confirmed. They're going to be guests
Yeah,
in
I'm
August.
excited.
Oh, do we have all boys, or we just
I
have a
spoke
Spooky
with
Joe?
Joe Ruff,
Are we gonna
and
get
he
all of
said
them?
we were getting all of the
we're
Frady
getting
Boys,
all the Spooky
and
Boys.
it's going to be a longer set because we have non-musical interview guests that
Can we
day.
do?
So it's going to be
we,
a nice.
we should do a show with like a Fray Brigade and Wear Ghosts Now around Halloween, and just like Night is Spooky, and just make every band play the Monster Mash.
Make it. Maybe we do that for. We run it by Ben and say like Ghostober. Make that a
Ghostober.
Ghostober
Oh,
event.
yeah.
That might be
There
a
you
good Ghostober.
Right?
I always say like Fray Brigade should be doing some kind of like crazy, like big, epic Halloween show with like people on stilts and jugglers and shit.
And they just don't.
They just don't get it together, boys.
Well, we can run that past them in like what 3 weeks.
But
4
we're not
weeks
here
when
to
they're
talk
gonna be
about
here?
running past them. We're here to talk about Telegraph Hill Records.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of people.
It's funny. As soon as you said that, I looked back and people like legs just got uncrossed. Like people kind of like
It's gonna be a lot of
got
people.
into walking position. So you wanna bring them
bring 'em
on?
out.
No, you bring them on. I do the ad, but we don't have the ad, so you bring them on.
Well, they are Asbury Park's premier new record label. Let's bring in the people of Telegraph Hill Records.
It's like a middle school
Hello, everyone.
session.
Hello.
Ah, yay.
Yeah, sit wherever. There's a seat here. There's a seat here.
Oh, Fern.
These are mine.
Wow.
Hi, Bernie.
I'm gonna be right here.
You're gonna want.
All right.
And you're standing here because apparently I'm like the cutoff point. All right. Do we go down the line?
Yeah, sure. I'm not going to remember all of your names.
What's your name and a fun fact about you? That's how this normally works?
Yeah, what's your name? Where did you grow up?
Yeah.
And what did you say? A fun fact?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No.
Just what you do. For the love of God. Your name and like your job in Telegraph.
That works too.
That's probably more professional and better. Continue.
So I'm Joe Pomerico.
Tom, we're going from Chris the other way. We're going that way. No, go ahead.
I'm Joe Pomerico, and I founded Telegraph Hill Records with my partner Matt Fernicola. Hi, what's up, guys?
I'm Melissa. I didn't do anything that cool. I'm a volunteer copywriter.
I'm Madison, and I'm a graphic designer.
We're skipping Jesse. Hey, I'm Matt or Fern, and Pom and I founded this thing in his basement like 9 years ago.
I'm Adel, and I do marketing.
I'm Zach, and I'm a mastering engineer and producer.
I'm Andrew. I'm in one of Telegraph Hill's artists, Bobby Mahoney and the Seventh Son.
Excellent. Welcome, guys. That's great. So I guess we'll start as a label. You're not the first, obviously not the first Asbury Park label. I think of one like Little Dickman, who's still like active and releasing stuff. Do you guys feel some sort of kinship with them?
We haven't really met too often yet, actually. I haven't bumped heads with them. I don't know if Fern's done any shows with them, but yeah, I think they're pretty cool. Some of the records they've been releasing. Are they all Asbury Park bands, though? Do they sort of have
Asbury and a little bit of Brooklyn, too,
okay.
because what is it, like Shark Muffins from Brooklyn? I'm trying to think. They've got a few Rock and Roll High Fives. They are down in North Carolina,
But
so
they're
they've
from
got
here, too.
Yeah.
We actually went to high school with Shark Muffin.
Did you really?
Yeah, we don't work with them at all, but we did go to high school with them.
We did?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Cool. That's great.
But
okay, so something.
if you're talking about other companies that we've done stuff,
Okay, sweet.
yeah.
No, just thinking of like,
Well,
because
DIM Entertainment, we've
Dim.
been working with them a little bit. They're really cool. One of their coworkers, Joey, also does some graphics for us too.
Nice.
So that's like the one spot where we feel the most kinship with, to answer your question.
Okay, cool. So I guess let's you guys have had a pretty busy year so far. So you want to kind of recap it for us? I know new artist signings, new releases, events, stuff like that. Like what's give us the rundown. I heard you had a list, so let's think about it.
Thank God
So
someone
yeah,
does.
we kicked off the year pretty strong. At the end of the year, we released 13 new songs for different bands, and we've just been going strong ever since. We put out another song by Lowlight, and then another song by Connor Bracken, and we've just been releasing a lot of music. And then we hit the summer, and we kicked the summer off with Park Fest, which
In the Highlands, yeah.
yeah, Fern did a lot of the planning for that. If you want to talk about
Madison
Park Fest,
did all the graphics for it.
Madison did a lot of
Yeah, Park
graphics.
Fest was sweet. It was just a whole bunch of music, a couple different stages, and it was a lot of me going, Madison, I need this graphic. Madison, I need this graphic. Madison, I need this. I need this.
Or Jenna
37
posted.
different graphics.
Yeah. And it was like, okay, so I need this by like 5 minutes from now, and you're like, I do have another job, but it's okay. So yeah, that was fun.
So how do you because you've pulled off a couple of big events like that. How do you keep all that together? Also, kind of playing in bands yourselves and stuff like that, and keeping all these things in the air from just like come crashing down.
We definitely have a great communication tool for our team that we are always like talking every day. It's difficult because I'm in New York City. Fern's down in Asbury Park, so we're communicating with all these people through that channel, just trying to stay on top of what we need to do for these events, what kind of graphics we need, what kind of promotion extra we should do for it, or whatever we need for promoting these events. And then a lot of the coordination comes through Fern pulling in these bands and getting like the show
The show
Rundowns.
calendar. Yeah, Jenna's been doing that way more than I have these days. And but yeah, it really comes down to that app Slack, which is kind of cool because everyone here knows each other's Slack handles. But I think this is the first time
couple
some
of these
people have
people
seen
connect.
faces because that's where we do all our talking.
Wait, really?
Yeah. This
Is
the
that- are
first
you
time.
serious?
I'm very serious. Yeah.
Wow. So wait, who doesn't know who then, or who doesn't know whose faces? Like what's
So those two over there, Zach and Adel, they come a lot into the city and work with me.
okay?
Zach actually lives in the city with me. And then Madison and Melissa over here, they live down here in Jersey, so they're working on the newsletter. Just everyone's talking through Slack, and they finally just met today.
I talk to Melissa every week, like constantly, and this was the first time I'm seeing her face.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
the
think you did-
equivalent of
you did
online
Zach's artwork
friends
for
meeting
the
up in
single.
real life.
For
So
Zach,
Yeah, exactly. That was good stuff.
Oh, and you did and he's the one that's been designing all of our business cards for our artists. And,
Yeah, that's true.
And the Swagmatics and myself and Bobby Mahoney. So yes, it's cool to like have us all in the same room for once, which is really nice.
Yeah, we don't get to like actually get together too often, but every now and then we'll do like a gathering, a barbecue or something, like in Fern's barbecue backyard or something.
I got to start coming.
Next one is August 31st. August 31st at my parents' house. We're doing a pool party at my mom's house for anyone
in Colorado.
that wants to come. Yeah.
Are you just inviting
What's the
everyone?
address?
You just didn't announce this publicly.
Everyone is invited.
Crashing Fern's parents.
It's officially
it's
called
just-
Fern Fest.
Everyone is allowed at my
that.
parents'
Happy for
house
that.
on August 31st. No glass by the pool. That's what Mom says. And we're bringing in a keg. My mom's gonna be there. My dad's gonna be there. No, it's gonna be.
That sounds like the
That's
premise
where the
of an
heart of
80s
the
movie.
party's going to be. Is the Fernicola parents.
And we have 2 dogs. So there's 2 dogs, like a whole bunch.
I approve.
It just got even more
Yes.
80s movie. Like one of the dogs gets kidnapped.
Having met Fern's dogs, they are not like new people, awesome kind of dogs.
No.
It's gonna be really fun.
I think that's a challenge right there. That's a challenge.
But it's gonna be fun. We have a whole bunch of music. People are gonna be playing. God, Chris, I make one mistake.
Very family
I do this
oriented
thing where
over here.
I make
Clearly,
a Facebook
yes.
post.
Facebook post, he'll be texting while driving, and they'll be just typos up and down.
On
He only
Chris,
does it because Matt Smith says it's okay.
on Chris, on Chris.
Early.
Right now, on Chris Dubrow's phone is like 30 like screenshots of my Facebook statuses, all that have typos in them.
Well, because I text them all to Avery.
Yeah.
We just roast you privately.
It's
Photo
pretty
album out of
great.
it.
So if anyone out there wants to have a lot of fun, I don't update the statuses. You can go through my Facebook page and try to find all
Well,
the
you
typos.
did that one because it was like you couldn't understand what you were trying to actually say.
I said cooling up BB outside the pool.
Yeah, we're cooling up everything Ben didn't eat yesterday. It was, like, really
Yeah.
bad. I have a screenshot.
And that is why we got people to write the newsletter.
Yes.
That's why we have Melissa.
Every
So
time-
Great segue.
So let's talk about that newsletter since we're since we're kind of there. So Melissa and Madison, you both you want to talk a little bit about what you both do in that regard.
I usually get everybody started early in the week. What are we talking about? I have a running list of what's going on that week, but stuff changes, and I'm actually not Asbury based, so I don't always know. So I throw something out there, and then everybody kind of picks it apart, and it turns into something that has a little bit of a theme. I think I did a Shakespeare theme a couple of weeks ago, and I watched all that get destroyed. I was very sad.
I like it.
I spend less time on it now. It was a Midsummer Night's Stream. I thought it was very witty.
I loved it.
It was a good
That is actually really
Perfect.
good.
And I had all these quotes, but everyone said it's too long.
Jenna didn't understand the quotes. She texted me, she's like, what are these? I'm like, it's Shakespeare. And she's like,
Shakespeare's
what's that?
supposed to be long.
Oh God, I'm so
That's the whole
fucking
point.
old. Oh, sorry.
Said it's
Worth,
no,
it's
it's
worth
all right.
it in the end, though. When we
You
get to the
You
end.
can curse on this podcast.
And then Madison turns it into something beautiful.
Yeah, I try to make it look as readable and as pretty as possible, so something you actually want to click on and read in your inbox. So we usually do like a nice graphic at the front that then can be used on Instagram and Facebook, as well as like some clickable links to see what other shows are going on for the rest of the week.
I need to subscribe.
Yeah,
to
we
that.
did
Please
the
do.
newsletter
Well,
for.
Am I?
You might have been signed up.
I might be.
We might
It
have signed you up.
I
Give
might
us
have
your
signed
email,
you.
please.
I feel like I've
I have your
probably
email
been
address.
Signed up. Yeah.
And we actually just added a little interview piece. We're doing fast talk with Telegraph. Just
Oh,
a
yeah, I
couple of
saw
quick
Fern's went up
questions.
today.
And we're trying to make it into a nice isolated graphic so the artist can share it just as a little introduction that they can sort of reuse. So we're
Get to
excited
know the
about that.
bands.
Yeah.
So what does that entail? Because Fern, yours went up today.
Well, yes,
So
I
what's
was supposed
something
to
like-
post it last week, but it went up
But
today.
it went up today. So tell.
And-
So if people go to your Instagram,
Yeah, go to my
Foes of
Instagram.
Fern,
It's just
what are
some
they going to see there?
Really simple questions, just talking about what the artists are doing, like describe yourself in 5 words, and just to kind of stay active. But this makes me really happy because like the first like couple weeks we tried to run the newsletter, it was just me and Palm doing it, and then I got a text from Madison. She was like, "Please let me run your newsletters," and then that's how it kind of branched out to just like more people being involved. But who's the next Fast Talks for this week?
This week is Bobby.
Bobby, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Adel's been getting those questions made.
Yeah, we have a few artists who signed up for it, and they gave us a good amount of answers, good content, and we're just ready to shoot that out.
Cool. Now, let's spend a few minutes on each person working behind the scenes. I know that's something you all wanted to touch on. So,
Well, we kind of just did a little bit about the newsletter. Maybe Adel, if you want to continue just talking about, on like twice a week. You've been coming to the city and working with me, and
Yeah, I do a lot of marketing behind the scenes, just coming up with the content strategy that we put out on all the social media websites. Try to get as much graphics as we can, as much videos, post about gigs. And yeah, like the Q&A portion stuff, we're trying to put that out more too. So just to diversify the content we have. I like that idea because it does give a little more, personal connection to our audiences that we want to reach out to. So it's not just about, oh, we're just musicians and we do this. We want to make it personal for our audiences, really.
What kind of reaction do you get from, viewers or subscribers or just people kind of consuming this content? Like what, do you find you get a good sort of reaction or interaction from providing sort of a more personal touch?
Yeah, definitely. I've encountered more people around the area or told more my friends and family about the label and the artist, and they would say great posts. Never heard of these artists before. It's good exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Check out their music on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever streaming service they have access to. But yeah, positive things basically.
Yeah.
we've been brainstorming about a lot of new ways to get engagement just up in general. And one of the biggest things that we've done lately was, because we're all about pushing people to stream the music and actually listen to our artists' music. That's really the biggest thing. The shows are kind of secondary, but with one of the big projects Adal's been doing is coming up with these business cards with these little scan, stream now.
QR type codes.
Yeah, it takes you right to the streaming, and it's just the most effective way to get people to get to your content. Now it's up to them. You have to create it, interesting enough to get them to consume it. But
yeah, and on the back of the business cards too, we have links to all their socials, their emails. So, you hand those out to anyone at any show or just anyone who's walking by in the area, and they're just automatically aware of how they can reach out to these artists and just check them out.
Excellent.
And then I would say Zach, he's also been in the city with me working on a lot of the music side of things.
Yeah, and you're a mastering engineer.
Yeah, that's right. So I've been doing all the mastering for 95 at least % of the releases. And that's been really fun to get involved with that.
Now, how does that feel, just working with these bands, kind of knowing, because mastering is sort of that very final step. How does it make you feel having kind of that level of responsibility on your shoulders, knowing that you're going to have this steady stream of releases? Yeah. You're kind of responsible for how it ultimately comes out.
Well, exactly. I don't really look at it so much as a responsibility, thinking that's I have something a big thing.
No, I don't mean in an obligatory way.
No,
I just mean that's that's kind of a big deal.
It is, yeah. I mean, the one thing I like about doing it with that, other than the fact that we're trying to put out a very great quality and superior quality product to the masses, I mean, is just understanding the context of the music and seeing where its place is or should be within, in this case, this scene. Mm-hmm. So knowing a lot of that stuff, it kind of gives me a great fundamental to work around. Not to mention, I mean, the fact that streaming is still such a young area for music consumption. So it's constantly changing to where I have to learn about new techniques or new things to make sure that whatever we do when we distribute the music, that it gets to be the best quality possible, because there's a lot of variables that are in place now that can potentially prohibit the sound to be at its best quality.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Mastering for different, for various formats.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, all these DSPs and Spotify and things like that. Most of them are even streaming at MP3 quality. So, that could be. We could talk a long time about just the
that's its
about
own,
how
that's
to make
separate.
it. I wrote a thesis on it, and if I can send it later, if y'all are so inclined. Trust me, you don't want to read it.
What grade did you get on that?
No, we're not talking. No, we're not talking about that. It's good. It's a good.
Well,
thank you. It's a good. It's a good grade. It's not a bad grade. It's not a bad grade.
So you got a B?
Yeah, there you
Zach
go.
did the mastering on Lowlight's album.
Okay.
So we had to do actually 2 different masters for the streaming and the vinyl.
And for the vinyl,
Exactly. And yeah, there was some trial and error trying to get that because I've never until then done mastering for vinyl, and it's a whole different mindset for that. And I think, I think the best thing is to try to get the artist or whatever to be on the same page as what you're trying to express through the music, and try to not necessarily make the record sound better, but make the record sound like what it was supposed to be from the initial artist, or like from the artist's initial, intentions and thoughts about when they were first writing the music.
Cool.
Vinyl is definitely one of those things, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, good. And artists are cool with you guys essentially learning as you go.
Yeah. I think everyone's learning as they go right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
new
beauty
music
of it.
industry.
That's true.
And that's what we've been doing with this label, is just learning as we go, like figuring out what kind of help we need, and because the most important thing is building the team, and that's what we want everyone to see. It's like, for years it was just Palm and I running around in his basement and having a good time and working with people, and now we have our own limitations, but the people that we bring in can push us forward into the next level, and we just keep on finding what we need. And
Yeah, it really feels like in the last, say, 2 years, the operation's been significantly legitimized.
I would
Whereas
say-
it was, at least, as a person, we obviously know each other outside of this, but, as an observer, that's how it's felt like to me. But
Well, it really took a step forward when I was in grad school, and I was just really recording music, and then I wanted to find a way to help do that extra push to market it and bring on a team of people that would help push the music better, just get wider audiences, and that's what a label does. And so we really only launched as a label last year with my thesis or capstone project and everything, with the business plan. But I'm constantly reevaluating the business plan and always trying to find make it more cohesive to what's happening today, to evolve it, what we can do better in the future, that kind of stuff. So
that's good. It's as it should be. It should be a sort of living, breathing. If it was just you and Fern in a basement, we probably wouldn't.
Wouldn't have heard anything.
Yeah, maybe not. So if I'm an artist shopping my work to Telegraph, and it ends up getting to a point where you say, okay, yeah, I'm interested in this, in this artist, in this project. What's the level of expectation from an artist, or from the artist to you guys?
So with a final recording?
Well, just give me the pitch. What's the experience like? If I signed to Telegraph Hill, what can I expect this experience to be like if I don't have a record and, we're starting from scratch?
Yeah, so, we have the capabilities to produce a great quality sounding recording. And that's really what you want when you come up with an idea, come track it. So we make sure no matter what, we'll go all in, whatever you want, to get that final product sounding the way you want it, even if you don't know what you want yet and you're figuring it out in the studio, That's really, we have the ears, we have the team, we have people that will support you for whatever you need, and you tell us what you need, really. That's the bigger part. And we'll find ways to help create your recordings and push them out to the masses the best way as possible.
Okay.
We have the time, too, I think. A lot of these people you guys are recording for is just like us, right? It's the day job scene. So it might take a little longer. You got to work around gigs and all of that. I feel like you're really flexible with the people when you're recording.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, let's talk to some of the artists, because Des.
Yeah, I was going to actually say, does Des want to come in and talk about it?
I want to ask Craig and Andrew, being in a band, because you guys have been, obviously, Bobby Mahoney has been going on for quite a while. You've been a part of it for how long, Andrew?
Joined in 2015.
And how long has Des and the Swag Mag's been going on, Des?
7 years total, 5 as it.
Right,
Come
so
on,
the question
Craig.
is, when you've been doing it by yourself, or when you've been doing it kind of with your own team for so long, jumping in with a label, what's that like? Where did you find that the workload was changed, and how did you find letting people take over for stuff working out for you guys?
That is a very complex question.
Doors are locked from the outside.
I knew it was a trap. This has been my baby for the last several years. So initially, I was very apprehensive about getting involved with the label because there's always been that guy who's coming in and I'll make you a star, kid. Just give me 95% of everything that you have, and you'll be rich.
I've heard that from Fern.
You know?
It's funny because these days we're finding out, what is 95% of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They
We
got
can
the, they got the
split.
swagger, but they don't have anything to back it up
We can
anymore.
split 50 cents. It'll be great. No, but so initially it was really tough for me to let go of the reins. But right from my first meeting with Joe and with Fern.
Who's Joe?
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta refer to them
Sorry.
as one-syllable names that are also plans.
Sorry, Palm and Fern. Well, right from my first meeting with Palm and Fern, I felt like they were going to let me keep my autonomy and also be there to lend a hand when I needed one and where I needed one. Like, we got as far as we possibly could with what we had, and we're still constantly growing, but just having that extra push to have that professional recording, just having that extra push to have that team behind you, that, okay, you need pictures, we got a guy. Okay, you need music video, we got a guy. Okay, you need blah, 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 blah. And still letting me kind of hold on to the reins on top of that has been fantastic. And I'm so thrilled with how everything has turned out, and it sounds amazing. And oh man, I get a lot of crazy responses from people about the song that's on Telegraph Hill, like insane.
Speaking of which, we need a music video.
Speaking of which,
We'll figure that one out.
Well, didn't you all just say they got a guy, right? Don't you have a guy?
right? We're all friends. We're just talking.
Well, that's the first I heard about you on a music video.
Andrew,
So
do you
now
wanna-
that we
do you
know.
wanna-
Now you know.
Andrew, do you want to add? First of all, can we pitch the new Bob Mahoney and the Seven Sons?
Speaking of music videos,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's back, yeah.
Got you. Yeah, so we just released a new single on Telegraph.
Bob Mahoney and the Seven Sons.
Bobby Mahoney and the Seventh Son is the we. So we released our new single, Should Have Called You Up last night, on the playlist that Palm had mentioned earlier.
You did it too.
And it's doing great. It's got like something like 20,000 streams, right?
Yeah,
Something
yeah. And
like
honestly, like
that's
we
great.
would, we're talking about how helpful Telegraph and Palm and the whole team are. Before we start working with them, like the highest stream that we had was like maybe 2,000 streams on Spotify, and this song came out in end of December and it's already pushed in 20K.
That's
so
great. Congratulations.
it's doing really well. We just put out a video for it last week.
that's almost got like 1,000.
Yeah, that's almost at 1,000, which is it's doing really well. I'm really pleased with that.
I think people like the song.
Yeah, have a great sounding recording behind it. So we're just kind of just keep doing what we're doing. We have our show. Gotta shamelessly
Plug it.
shamelessly plug us. Yeah, so this Thursday, August 1st, we'll be at the Asbury Park Brewery with Jared and the Mill. Like a folk punk band from Arizona, and Ference and the Felons,
Oh, yeah,
North
they're great.
Jersey, also folk punk band. It's going to be a really good time.
Nice.
So I was just in the studio Saturday with Bobby, Sunday with Dez.
Oh, that's
So
right. Yeah, I
this has
saw
been-
your Instagram story. Yeah, I saw a couple. Someone was. I heard you. Someone was playing the bass, right? Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
I heard
Bass
the
mountain.
click going and stuff, like just doing some tracking. That's great.
Yes.
Is the place where you guys record, is that tall enough to fit Kevin Stryker?
He actually had to like bend over with his
Yeah.
bass on his back.
You had him sit in the chair.
He's actually got to go into a full squat and play bass at the same time. It's crazy.
Cool.
That's definitely the Asbury
Bring it
Park
back to
sound.
2009 right there. Oh, yeah.
Yo, he was playing some funky stuff yesterday though.
Oh man, we're so grateful to have him. He's one of the funkiest bass players I've ever had the opportunity to play.
He's also the largest bass player.
He
Also
actually
true.
he got into the studio and the first thing he did was start playing the drums before Craig got over it.
Oh, really?
He said, he's like, yo, I'm hitting that drum kit before you, man. I was like, have at it, bro, have at it.
Yeah.
We got more?
We literally put our blood, sweat, and tears into this record. And I mean, like, I cut my foot open in the studio yesterday and, like, took a couple drops of blood and sprayed it on the board. We learned that blood sacrifices get you the most plays.
So that's Bobby's secret,
no,
basically.
I'm not going to go into whatever.
There were
happened.
7 sons.
Yeah. What happened to the other 6? We don't know.
What's that?
Okay.
You have to go to their gig on Thursday to find out.
Is he one of 7 sons?
No. So the story is that it was Bobby's. It started as Bobby's high school band called Seventh Son. Seventh Son is a lyric in an AC/DC song, Bad Boy Boogie. It was like, I was the 7th day, I was the 7th son, I scared the hell out of everyone. So it's sort of like the rock and roll kind of attitude that it sort of brings to it. So that's where the name comes from, in case
great.
everyone was wondering.
Never
Nice
knew.
anecdote, yeah.
Not to be confused with
It's
Fern's
an
high
AC/DC
school band,
lyric.
Seventh Sound.
I was in a band called the Seventh Sound. Shout out to the Seventh Sound.
No, wait, what was that one band that you had that was the best name
Peach
ever?
Snapple Brownies.
PSB.
PSB, oh, I
Water
knew that.
Rafts?
Oh, Water Rafts. That was a great
Was it
band.
It's singular, though, isn't
It's
it?
one word, Water Rafts.
Water raft.
One R, Water Rafts. Yeah. Find us on YouTube. I don't think we're on
There's
YouTube.
a band camp that's got the bike song on it.
Yes, that's actually true. So if you want to listen to the bike song for the 800th time, yeah, that's an old song.
Oh,
So
well, I know it's an old song.
I've released bike song with every project that I've been in. So there's like a version of Water Raft playing it, a version of Dave playing it, a version of the Burns playing
What
it.
about Dave,
Yeah.
too?
Porch
Oh,
Collective.
Dave.
There's a.
Yeah. It's just an old song. Yeah.
That was just fun.
It's just the same version, but like with a different band name underneath it.
And it's not even.
It's never been.
And it's not me singing. Yeah, it's true.
No.
Remix.
All right, so let's talk about. I want to. Well, who's playing tonight? Fern, you're playing. I just saw Natalie and Lou walk in, so I hope they play something for us.
You guys want to come stand behind?
No, I can probably. Can I play this piano?
Yeah, you play. Yeah. All right, cool. So Dad's gonna play some. All right, so I just want to make sure we're good on time. To ask you at least a couple more quick questions. So I do want to ask you. You like we said, we've had a lot going on in 2019, but you're also, the Burns are kind of stepping off, and Avery sort of, took a step back from doing music. So, and for a little while, it seemed like those two projects specifically were really helping carry things forward. So how do you, as like a label, as people react, when an artist kind of says either I've had enough or I need to take a long break or something like that? What's the reaction, like in the sort of in the meeting room, so to speak?
I mean, it's been the same since we started with the band Aracuda. We continue to push out whatever music that they want to record with us, and whatever music that they, we have put out, we're continually going to represent and help get more streams, get more of an audience to find you out. And if you're not going to be active, or you're not going to continue to play or put out music, you're still, the music, the body of work is still going to exist. So we still want to help keep pushing that, so that way it doesn't get lost in this, this scene right now. You see 500 bands come and go. So but it's just a snapshot of a moment, of a recording that we want to help, preserve in time. And that's really, and if, you need more help, you need, if you ever want to come back, work more, we are always here. That's, the main thing.
Mm-hmm. So let's, as we have to wrap up, I want to make sure we at least get you, get some time in for you to promote some events that are coming up. So
definitely.
what do you got coming up that we should all be paying attention to?
One of the biggest events that we have is next weekend. Actually, we're recording with Levy and the Oaks, live album recording at the Yacht Club on Sunday, August 4th.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, and then we also have the Asbury Lanes Abbey Road 50th
September
anniversary.
28th. Yeah,
September
tickets are
28th.
available for that. I think,
They
Brian,
just
you're the
went
one
on
running that. So.
Yeah, you're
Well, I mean,
on that.
this isn't about me. You guys.
September
yeah.
28th at the
But yes,
Asbury
I am
Lanes.
taking part in that.
We've got, releases coming up.
Yeah, let's talk about that too. I wanna
Low
make
Light,
sure.
they've got another single coming out every time. It's coming out August 30th.
Oh, yeah. When's their record coming?
And the record's coming out September 13th. And
Oh,
there's
okay.
going to be a pre-release show at the Danny Clinch Gallery.
And that's Porchistas and Tara.
Yeah.
Tara Dente also.
And they'll have some exclusive
That's in a
merch.
couple weeks, though, right?
Yeah.
When is that?
That's August
something.
15th or
17th.
11th.
August 11th. Good. Jenna's out there with all the dates.
Because Tara totally did not send me any of the dates.
Well, welcome to it, Chris.
Yeah, but the full album
Yeah,
is
you're booked
9/13.
August 22nd.
Great.
Yeah, the same.
At the same.
And then you can catch them at See Here Now.
See here now. Yeah, on the which day? Saturday or Sunday?
They're playing Sunday. They're kicking it off. Yeah.
That's great. Oh, good. Good for you guys. That's really exciting.
Yeah, and we also probably sometime in September we'll be releasing a single from this new band Malibu from Monmouth University. So, and then we've got probably another compilation coming out at the end of the year, which will have a whole bunch of different artists on it. So that'll be exciting.
Cool.
Probably
cool.
be a
I
show
wanna,
with that too.
Let's make sure too we shout out. Leah just put out a new single.
Yeah,
too.
Leah
She
put
was
out a
guest
single
couple
last
months
week.
back also. So
Keep It To Yourself is available on Spotify. And she just filmed a music video for that. So they were rehearsing. Actually, Zach's playing guitar for her now.
That's right. I
Nice.
think there's a show in Brooklyn. I don't have all the details, but it's supposed to be like an indoor festival type of thing.
Cool.
The 24th, August.
And
August
actually,
24th.
Leah's playing at, the airport, CBGB's in
She's
Newark.
doing the CBGB.
Yeah, this Friday, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby did it solo. I didn't do it. Nah,
They're the weirdest.
I know.
It's the best.
So
gig
as
ever.
we
Wait, real quick, let us shout out Jim. Jim, thank you so much for letting us all play Newark Airport.
Yeah, it's been an
I
experience.
can't wait.
At 10 a.m. and we went from hungover to drunk.
It's like nothing changed.
Thank you, Tito's, for that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I love vodka at 10 a.m.
I'm drunk in an airport, man.
That's a cry for help.
Spiraling out in the airport.
I have one final.
I think we're also playing that Brooklyn show with Leah.
Oh, you are?
24th, yeah.
okay.
That might actually just be the same.
It's like a
It's
festival
it's the
thing.
same show.
Isn't
Megan
it-
booked
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megan, yeah. Exactly.
Megan Cook, if you're
Another
watching right now,
Telegraph
she
volunteer.
does some Telegraph
Yay.
stuff. So she booked that show.
So I have one final question for you. What scares you the most about
Palm.
about no? What scares you the most about continuing forward? Like, do you ever think that it's going to become too much for you to handle, or that it's going to be, you're not going to have enough people or enough interest or something like that? Like, what kind of gives you the most sort of trepidation?
I mean, the amount of time it takes to do the types of things that we're doing is like more than a full-time job, which I already have a full-time job, so I just don't sleep, which is why I'm sick right now.
When we recorded our single, when we did Should Have Called You Up, we left the studio around 4 a.m.
That was a
Sounds
weeknight,
about
right?
Yeah. It was exactly a year ago. We left. It came up on my Snapchat memories. We left at around 4 a.m.
A lot of late nights in the studio, but you know what I mean? That's the thing, is like, I'm scared I'm not going to be getting much sleep in the future, but
Well, you're certainly putting that lack of sleep to good use right now.
it's the
Use
people.
it while you got it.
It's these people that help run it all and keep it going when, I am at my full-time job, or I am maybe sleeping because I'm sick or whatever. So
Well,
couldn't have done it without them.
Well, thank you all for coming on, and let's get some people set up. Let's get some
Yeah, we
music
got
going.
some live music coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out Live Music Loyalty.
Just piano.
Also, subscribe to the newsletter for all the upcoming shows.
Please.
News,
Subscribe to the newsletter. Subscribe to the newsletter. Okay. Cool. Am I good to go here?
Yeah, just do them all first.
Sounds good to me. One More is brought to you by the Asbury Park Music Foundation. Hey, Des. APMF raises money to support youth music programs throughout Asbury Park that provide lasting skills, self-confidence, and life-changing experiences for underserved kids in our community. This includes funding for the Hip Hop Institute at the Boys and Girls Club of Monmouth, in-school music programs at Hope Academy, and scholarships for kids to attend Lake House Music Academy. APMF also hosts concert series throughout the year, whether it's Music Mondays at Springwood Park or live Asbury Park Live over the summer, Suburbia Friday nights, or Sunday Songwriter Series. APMF always has something going on. Check out their calendar for more details. And if you're interested in making a meaningful difference in the community or keeping Asbury Park's legacy of music alive, head to asburyparkmusiclives.org to make a donation. And while you're there, pick up a Music Saved Asbury Park t-shirt. Connor Bracken, who is on the record label Telegraph Hill Records, has 6 of them. There's the joke. All proceeds make it possible to support Music Saved My Life youth music programs. One More is also brought to you by Bordentown Guitar Rescue. Founded by certified luthier Mike Vierock, Bordentown Guitar Rescue has been building, modifying, customizing, and repairing stringed instruments since 2012. Why wait a month for a basic setup from one of the big retailers when Bordentown Guitar Rescue has the quickest turnaround time in the state? So whether your input is all jammed or you've got pits on your fingerboard, call certified luthier Mike Vierock for an estimate. Bordentown Guitar Rescue. Fix it, Vierock. And now, are we ready for music? Everyone, give it up for Fern!
Clap for me. I wrote this song while hanging out here at the 24-hour jam we did. What was that, like a month or 2 ago? I wrote it right here. Actually, I think I was. It was like at 4 a.m. Well, it's cloudy with the chance of Bruce out in Asbury. And walking on the streets, he looks like you and me. But if I were to say the truth, I don't want to meet any man that's taller than his shadow should be. And now it's cloudy like an IPA that I bought at Johnny Mac's. And I didn't even want it, I walked right straight to the back. And I waited on a line all night until a man in a blue toupee, he cut in front of me and took the last piece home. Yeah, this is a town. No, it ain't LA, but the traffic's the same. Yeah, this is a town. It ain't no Brooklyn, but it's gentrified that way. And if you're sitting in your home and you're listening to me sing, can you open up an app and send me something? Yeah, that app is Venmo. You can find me easily. It's just Matthew Fernicola. Oh, please send something. I was not kidding about the Venmo. You should totally do it now. And open up your app. My name, it's spelled like how it sounds. That's Matthew Fernicola. MatthewFernicola. Fernicola, I spelled it right. Spell it wrong all the time, guys. Yeah, this is a town. No, it ain't LA, but the traffic's the same. Yeah, this is a town. It ain't no Nashville, but the music's okay. And now it's cloudy with the chance of cats, 'cause they're always purring at me. They come to every show, these felines love the scene. But it wouldn't be a faux song if I didn't sing about every girl I only knew for a week. So I made that girl hate me. Oh, this is our town. No, it ain't LA, but the traffic's the same. Yeah, this is our town. It ain't no Colorado, but my buds say hi every day. So open up that app and Venmo me. Oh God, yeah. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I haven't done this one yet on this show, so I'll do it. It's a new song. So I made that girl hate me. I forgot her birthday. I showed up a day late, sang her least favorite song. Well, I know that every man in this room, we can remember 17. Yeah, let's walk into a daydream. Well, there were classroom fantasies, and the girls that were our queens. Yeah, I too was young, and I fell for love the way most adolescents do. She wanted to see the country,
So I filled her mind with scenes of mountaintops and of city shops and everything in between. So I made that girl hate me. I forgot her birthday. I showed up a day late, sang her least favorite song because she wanted a family and I needed a big screen. So I did the right thing, told her to move on. But these days I'm thinking of the girl in all my songs. Yeah, I know that everyone has their ghosts. They follow us where we go. Thanks, Mom. And they're awesome on our TV shows. And they're singing on the radio. It's on my phone. I met mine on a Monday. And I was hurt by a Tuesday. But the weekend was something we never knew. 'Cause she was walking her way, and I was walking my way. Yeah, I don't think this could have ever changed. Hey, so I made that girl hate me. I forgot her birthday. I showed up a day late, sang her least favorite song because she wanted a family and I needed a big screen. So I did the right thing and told her to move on. Yeah, that's just what she did. She found a new man, stuck with her old plan, and now her kids are growing up. Well, I think I'd like to meet them, but I don't know if I can build up my courage and look 'em in the eyes and see some of the life that could have been mine. Thanks, guys. That's really nice. But these days I'm thinking of. What am I thinking of? Oh, okay, well, I'm thinking of hoping of and dreaming of. Yeah. The girl in all my songs. All right, Chris Dubrow, piano solo. Okay, piano solo. Great job, Chris. Pool party at my mom's house, August 31st. Pool party.
Matt Fernicola, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, is Natalie gonna go? Oh, all right, awesome. Cool. I'll do that. Then in the meantime, while you're getting set up. Hey everyone. One more with Brian Erickson. Yeah, just walk past. It's fine. You're too low. God. Hey everyone. One more with Brian Erickson is sponsored by You Don't Know Jersey, owned and operated by Allison and Matt Ziak. Creators all the best in Garden State's sports, music, art, film, and culture for nearly a decade. Hey, Andrew, do you want to know who bakes the best Polish rye bread in all of Trenton? I know you do. What? Okay. Anyway, so whether you're in High Point, Cape May, or anywhere in between, visit YouDon'tKnowJersey.com. You Don't Know Jersey, laughing into the abyss of our meaningless lives with pork roll and local music since 2010. Brian's having some feelings. Yeah, that one's rough. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Natalie Farrell.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not as funny as Fern, but we're going to get through it. You're hilarious. This one's called Close. It ain't a good day for me. That's why my mind is taking over. My brain, my brain, and all I have to gain. And you keep me close. I ain't leaving you, ain't leaving behind. Not today, not tomorrow. Yeah. And you keep my heart, my soul, it's taking on of control. That's when the lines start moving slower. Oh, it's all the same. All the same. And I have all I have to gain. And you keep me close. Oh, yeah. I ain't leaving you, ain't leaving behind. Not today, not tomorrow. And you all of these emotions bogged down in my head. All of these emotions bogged down in my head. And you keep me close. I ain't leaving you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Get a little rowdy with this one. This one's called Mr. Officer. Came off of our Telegraph compilation. So, hope y'all enjoy. Hello, Mr. Officer. Why'd you pull me over? Is it me or another? I promise that I'm sober. If I try to appease you, will you let me keep the keys? If I try to convince you, I didn't pack the weed. I said, no, Mr. Officer, why you gotta call me a criminal? All these fancy laws you think are biblical, not me. Fingertips are black and stained, nothing left for me to gain. These four walls are now my home. In my head I walk alone. I said, no, Mr. Officer, why you gotta call me a criminal? All these fancy laws you think are biblical, not me. I hear the sirens in my dreams. Realistically, I've caused an extreme. I'm sorry, officer, I'm no philosopher. I never knew much, but I know what this means. 12 months down, all my doubts are wiped from memory. A new stage begins, I wear myself thin, but I'm coming clean. I've come to a realization, my addiction is nothing more now. It's just a big deflation. I took it all back and more communication. I saw on both sides and what they show, what they hide. All I see now is what's rotting on the inside. Now I'm living my life, no more denial. I said, no, Mr. Officer, why you gotta call me a criminal? All these fancy laws you think are biblical, not me. I hear the sirens in my dreams. Realistically, I've caused an extreme. I'm sorry, officer, I'm no philosopher. I never knew much, but I know what this means. I hear the sirens in my dreams. Realistically, I've caused an extreme. I'm sorry, officer, I'm no philosopher. I never knew much, but I know what this means. I'm sorry, officer, I'm no philosopher. I never knew much, but I know what this means. I never knew much, but I know what this means. I never knew much, but I know what this means.
Thank you. Brian, buy some time.
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
Not much.
We don't have events for the week. There's.
Sunday at the other Park Yacht Club.
Wait, hold on. No, there's. Wait. Wait. There is one event I do want to promote. No, there's also Wednesday. I'm playing Asbury Park live. Thank you, Jim. Where's Jim? Where's Jim? What? Oh. Yeah, Wednesday, First Avenue Green Space next to Mogo, First and Ocean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
come down there, 6:30. Right, Jim? 6? I'm on, but I wanted people to come to the whole event. So what happens at 6:30? We get Lake House, 2 Lake House bands, then my band, The Extensions, then Well Wisher, who really just go for them, or go for Late Waves, who are playing after us. The whole event is sponsored by our good friends here at the Asbury Park Music Foundation, and our one-time and hopefully still eventual sponsor, Mogo. So come down, eat some Mogo with us. Yeah, Mogo, be our sponsor again, please. We miss you.
We really do.
And we really miss those tacos.
Oh, yeah.
What else is going on this week? In New Hope, I might be there actually. That also reminds me, Friday Fake Pockets is opening for Ben Folds and Violent Femmes.
That's very exciting.
And Sunday, Levy and the Oaks doing their live album recording at the Asbury Park Yacht Club. With Fern open. Would you look at that? With Fern opening.
There he is.
Yeah,
And he's back.
What else? What else? What else do we have going on this week? Anything else?
You know, it's probably something.
Their setup.
What's going on is that
She's here right now.
you know you
Oh wait.
do it.
Hey Jesse.
No,
Oh wait,
do it.
is Farkas? Is he playing?
Yeah.
I got locked out.
Do you have a guitar?
Do you want this five-string guitar? Five-string guitar.
Did you not fix it from yesterday? Oh, that's a different one.
He now has broken a third string. Hey Jimmy, how are you?
Fern, come on, playing too hard.
What's going on at Waterwitch, Jesse?
What's going on at
Anything
Waterwitch?
cool?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. We've got some music
one
coming
more
in.
minute.
I can make a mean lavender lemonade if you have a headache. That's
Yeah?
going on. Yeah.
I'm developing one.
Yeah. Am I involved in that, or is
No,
this,
it's
is
not
this
you.
just a general thing
Just a
that
general,
happens
just
all
a
the
general
time?
Matt Smith production.
Oh, ow.
All right, I'm calling it. Ladies and gentlemen, please
yes.
give it up for Des and the Swagmatics. Thank God.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hello, hello.
You can't get me off script.
I know.
Mama said there'd be days like this, days when the sky is falling. You ball your hands into fists to keep you from crawling. Don't close your eyes to keep you from seeing the truth.
Seeing the
Cloudy skies will always come right back to blue. Am I getting through to you? Through to you? Or ain't I? Am I getting through to you, baby? Am I getting through to you? Through to you? Or ain't I? Ain't I? Ain't I?
Daddy said that it can be hard to breathe when this world is keeping you down. So stay strong. Hold on. Remember to always stand your ground. Don't close your eyes to keep you from seeing the truth. The cloudy sky will always come right back to blue. And I'm getting through to you. Ain't I? Am I getting through to you, maybe? I'm getting through to you. Through to you, but ain't I? I getting through to you? Maybe am I getting through to you? Through to you, but ain't I? Am I getting through? Maybe am I getting through to you? Through to you, but ain't I? Am I getting through? Maybe am I getting through to you? Through to you, or ain't I? So tell me what I gotta say. Tell me what I gotta do to get through to you. So tell me what I gotta say. Tell me what I gotta do to get through, to get through. Oh, tell me what I gotta say to you, maybe. Tell me what I gotta do. So tell me. So tell me. Tell me what I gotta do. Get through to you. Okay, I think we've got one more. Okay, once upon a time I used to be the keyboard player of the Swagmatics, but it's been a minute. Oh yeah. Oh, guess what?
Who needs strings
Just Farkas it, man. You got it. Just 1, a 2, a 3, but you treat me like a stepchild. Unkind thought you'd save me, but my baby, I think it's a lie. Oh, no. Said you faded like a ghost with no sign of where or why. And I kinda thought you'd save me, but my baby, I think it's a lie. Oh, if you don't want me, set me free, baby. If you don't need me, better let me go. If you don't want me, set me free, baby. If you don't need me, you better let me go. Yeah. Now I won't try to keep you where I know that you don't wanna be. No. And if you don't wanna be here, maybe you should do the same with me. Said you got what you wanted, ain't got no time for love that such. No, baby. And I won't be with someone who don't need me nearly half as much. Oh, no, if you don't want me, set me free, baby. If you don't need me, you better let me go. If you honoring to participate.
Dude, y'all.
This is your part of the song.
Y'all in the rafters, you hear me?
You guys are all singers. I want like 4-part harmony. You ready? All right. Follow me. We sing S-W-A-G. Maddox. Then y'all sing.
Now S-W-A-G. Maddox.
One more time. S-W-A-G. Maddox. And everybody sing.
S-W-A-G. You don't want me.
Set me free, baby. If you don't need me, then let me go. If you don't want me, set me free, baby. If you don't need me, then let me go. No, you don't want me. Set me free, baby. If you don't need me, then let me go. You don't want me. Set me free, baby. You don't need me. Better let me go
Wow, that was great. That was excellent. Great. Thank you so much. Des and the Swagmatics, everybody. Natalie Farrell, the Foes of Fern, Telegraph Hill Records. For Jesse McCormick, Chris Dubrow, the Asbury Park Music Foundation, I am, I have been, and I remain Brian Erickson. Thank you so much again. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week.